Hi everyone, I'm Law of the West, and welcome to day one of the IAE convention. Today we're going to be checking out Crusader and Tumbril. Now this event's going to be going on from November 22nd. It's going to continue on until December 5th. And during that entire time there is going to be a free-to-fly event going on, which means that you can go over to robertspaceindustries.com and download the game for free. And every day they're going to be showing a different manufacturer who's going to be displaying their ships. So you can come down here and rent those ships for free and fly them in-game. So this is a great opportunity for you to get down here, check things out, see how this game runs on your rig, and if you have your eye on any particular ships, chances are it's going to be available, and this is a great opportunity to be able to fly it. So I'm just going to quickly run through and show you all the ships. Some of them I might be looking at in a little bit more detail than others, and at one point I might just be kind of moving through and just giving a glancing view at some of the other ones, especially ones that we've seen over and over again. Like one here right in front of us is one that I'm going to be taking a little bit of a closer look at, and that's the Intrepid. I'm just going to run to get over there. This hull is huge. It takes forever to get anywhere. And every now and again I'm going to cheat and not do the RP walk and actually do some running. Now let's see if I can get a little bit of a better view here. There we go. A little bit more of an aerial view. This ship... Now, hold on a second. There we go. I mean, look at that.
Gathering the latest and greatest from manufacturers across the Empire, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is where spaceship enthusiasts come to take flight.
Oh god, I really should turn that sound box down. So anyway, like I was saying, the ship looks amazing from certain angles. Like this is one of them right here, this 3/4 view. And if you look at it from the back too, also looks extremely cool. Now you can definitely tell that's where they put a lot of the work into it. It's where a lot of the detail went. And it kind of makes sense, because when you think about it, this is the angle you're going to see when you're flying the ship. You're either going to see the interior of the flight deck, or you're going to see this angle right here.
Ready to run.
So it kind of makes sense that's where most of the detail went.
Ready to explore today.
There we go. Yeah, look at that. Very cool. And because this is a new ship, and assuming you haven't watched any of the hundreds of videos that are available for it that do walkthroughs, I'm going to go walk through it anyway myself. Let's jump into first person mode. There we go. I'll just make a little quick walkthrough. There's the flight deck. This is where most of the components are held. Right behind it.
Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Please take care of viewing the
Open up.
on display. And remember,
And we got the
hab
hab section over here. There's a little lounge area, food receptacle, tiny / kitchen area, bathroom shower combo. You're gonna be hearing me say that a lot. Bed, storage area, suit locker. This is gonna be coming in really handy. I just brain farted for a second. Sorry about that. Weapons rack, larger weapons rack. This is something I think is really interesting too. Let's shut that. It's where you can stow basically about 3 mission critical size boxes, or a little Pico if you want. And then when you want, you can close it and secure it in. I like that little option. It's a little details. Of course, this is where the rest of the components are stored in the back wall. Little engineering terminal. And this is something I wanted to show you as well. Let's close this off. Let's bring up the ramp. Let's shut this door. Now you can do that independently of each other, so you can secure the inside of the ship. So ideally, if you want to open up this door, you can access your cargo internally. And if you want to drop the ramp down, you can close this door and you can still see it. And this way you don't lose integrity in the inside of the ship. It's very clever, huh? I think they did a good job with that. And it holds 8 SCUs of cargo. Excuse me. 4 SCUs per side. And this is a size 4 gun that it has. And it's got 2 size 1 missiles.
Tobin Expo Center would like to remind everyone that the first step to fun is safety.
Okay, so I haven't rented this yet. Good. It gives me an opportunity to show you how this works. You go over to one of these little kiosks here. And you press and hold F. That's how you rent it. Let's just take a look inside really quickly. And this has what, 10 bombs, I believe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, yep.
Rough and tumble and
These are
ready
very
to
cool.
ride. Tumbrl makes all road vehicles that are ready to explore.
I wanted so bad to be able to put a person in there and be able to drop them like a bomb. And this is where components are kept. I'm just going to run through this really quickly. It's got 2 of everything, so it's got a pilot and a co-pilot. So it's got 2 beds, 2 storage areas, 2 suit lockers. It's got a weapons rack right here in the middle. There we go. And of course, food dispensary again. And shower bathroom combo. Told you I'd be saying that a lot. There's one other thing I really like about this I wanted to show you. I love how you can close this and turn it into like a little mini airlock. I think that was clever. Okay. Oh, the bomber. Did I rent this? Let's see. Where's the kiosk for it? Well, I'll look for that later. I don't want to spend all my time looking for a kiosk. This ship is an absolute beast. And this is the main reason right here is the Moabs. Now, it sacrifices a little bit of the cargo hauling capacity and the ability to carry vehicles, but in return, it gets these. And these are absolutely amazing. They will wreck anything that it hits. And I think it's worth kind of doing a little bit of an interior walkthrough. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I just want to show it around. I've actually taken this ship into combat a couple of times, and it could just soak up damage. Now, one of the best things about it is that the pilot has access to the bombs, they have access to guns, and... Hold on, I want to get into here in the turrets. Yeah, so this is the whole area with the turret operators. Like an entire room is just dedicated towards it. Then the back's got an armory. Very cool.
From what I've seen so far, I think this is the manufacturer to beat this year.
Tobin Expo Center would like to remind
Yeah, let's go over the other side really quickly. And this has one of the coolest... Oh, God! It's like sunspots. Sorry about that. Wow. Yeah, it's got this neat little kitchen area. Modest in size, but that's all you really need. And it's got room for everybody to sleep. So as I was saying before, the pilot has access to bombs, he has access to the guns, and they can fly the ship at the same time. So it's not like a lot of the other ships where they kind of just nerfed a lot of its abilities and tried to striate what everybody can do. So, and the reason why that's so important is this is a great ship to be able to fly solo because you have access to most of its abilities, but it just gets even better if you fly with a bunch of people. And it has got a ton of weapons on it, like an absolute ton of guns. And if you have a full crew running every one of them, this thing is an absolute beast. Okay, let's take the stairs and get out of here. I don't think I looked into the C1 yet. We'll just pop our heads in there really quickly and then move on. Enough of that. You're either stuck to those things or it's like your hands have been smeared in butter and you can't grab a hold of anything. You know, there's no middle ground. It's one or the other with those things.
It's always better exploring a show with someone else.
So this is the other Spirit here. This is the cargo hauling variant. And it's been compared to the Freelancer, the standard Freelancer, and the Cutlass Black, where the Cutlass Black would be more combat orientated. This is more dedicated to hauling cargo. And that's what I would say. If you're going for like a medium cargo hauler, and of course, from this point on inside of it's exactly like the other Spirit that we're looking at. Has very decent vehicle transport capabilities. Very good cargo hauling. It has one other thing that I'll show you once we get outside, and it's also got this little airlock area too built into it. And of course, this is where most of the other components are held.
The Tobin Expo Center is a STEM-free environment.
Now, unlike the Freelancer and the Cutlass, which both have turrets, this one, I'll show you if I can. If I can see high enough. Yeah, this one, instead of having a top turret, it has a tractor beam turret. And as you can see here, it's on this rig that allows it to change its position, much like the turret on the Scorpius does.
Find a new favorite? Then why not take it for a test flight? Many of the vehicles on
Okay.
display at this year's IAE
Let's get our view back.
conveniently available to
So where do I want to go now? I'm going to go downstairs. Let's check out what it's got there for us. And then we have 2 rooms to check out after that, and then the tour's over. So shouldn't be too much longer.
Can't imagine. But it would definitely be fun to use for a weekend.
Man, those sound barks. Now, I know that one was from an NPC, but some of them, God, you have to check to see if it's an open mic and somebody's talking to you. I think they did a really good job with the conversations for the NPCs.
rough and tumble and ready to ride. Tumbrl makes all road vehicles that are ready to explore today.
Okay, the Cyclones. Okay, these are the non-combat Cyclones. This is the Recon model. It's got a radar dish on the top of it. Very good for going around and mapping things. And this is the racing variant. This is probably the most widely used Cyclone right now. Like, you'll see this in the Daymar Rally a lot of times, and just a lot of people have used it recreationally. And this is the standard one. Now, the whole reason why I like the standard one is this reason right here, which is this ramp that it has in the back.
Please take care.
Because I want to stand up here and have someone drive me around like it's I want to have somebody drive me around like it's a chariot and just pretend I'm Master Blaster up here just waving to the rest of the folk. Other than that, it holds like 1 SU of cargo. Okay, let's check out the other side. This is the other 3 Cyclones, I believe. This is the ones with the weapons. Yeah, that's a AA. This one has missiles and it has an EMP generator on it.
Tobin Expo Center would like to remind everyone that the first step to fun is safety. Walk, don't run while exploring the halls.
And this one's got a turret up there with a single gun. Now this over here is my favorite. This is the MT. And it's got a single gun up there, and it's got missiles on its turret as well. Now the thing I like about it so much is you can not only tilt the turret up and down, you can also spin it around in a 360-degree circle, which makes those missiles very useful.
This is a friendly reminder to stay aware of your surroundings and keep an eye on your belongings at all times. We want to make sure that you're perfect.
Okay, I think there's only 2 ships over in this area, so we're just going to run by these really quickly. I forget what the first one is. Oh, vehicles. The Rangers. I love me the Rangers. I can't wait for these. So after I get these, then they're going to have to get me an Akira-styled bike, and then I'm good to go. Then all my bike itches have been scratched. The Genesis Star Lifter, I believe. Let's take a look really quickly. Starliner, excuse me. Inexcusable. I don't really have much to say about this other than this is Londo's favorite ship. So, okay, let's hit the side rooms next. I believe the 2 rooms that we're going to be going to are flanking either side of the main entrance. It's halls 1 and 3, maybe. Let's take a look.
Everything on the show floor this year.
Thank you for visiting New Babbage's Tobin Expo Center. Stands preeminent destination for live events and
Yeah, there it is.
exhibitions.
Okay, so we're closer to hall 3, so we're just going to jump into there first. Well, actually, we're closer to hall 4, but whatever. And I'm just running because there is so much space to clear. This hall is absolutely huge. Oh, here we go. We got the MSR, the M3, and I'm sorry, the M2, and Storm AA, and the Talk. I want to say this about the MSR. So it's a medium-sized ship, and it's a great multi-rolled vessel right now. You can tell a ship is good because when its primary function is not in the game, and the ship can still be used, like for as many things as this ship can be used for, that's how you can tell it's a good vessel. And one other thing it can do that not a lot of other ships of its size can handle doing is it can carry a rover. Now, specifically, it can carry a Ursa Medevac. Now, that provides a lot of opportunities for it because it gives it the ability to not only have a mobile spawn point, but also to heal tier 3 injuries, I believe. Now, this is only one of 3 ships that can do that, that can carry, well, this is only one of 3 medium-sized ships that can carry an Ursa. And I believe the other ones are the, let's see, the Valkyrie and the Freelancer Max. So that puts the MSR in a whole different category than all the other medium-sized vessels. And I'm not going to go to the top floor. Instead, I want to show you this. This is the more interesting thing about it. And this is the entrance to a series of underground tunnels that it has. And over here, somebody's already gotten into it. Just if you look around. There you go, push that. Opens up an entrance to a not-so-secret tunnel. And this is where you'd keep your contraband. It's supposed to be shielded in this area so it can't be scanned. Let's duck down. And I really like the looks of these. Like, in theory, these are going to be amazing if they could pull off what their use is for. And I'll show you really quickly what I'm talking about. Let's see if I can find an opening here. There's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of series of openings that you'll find in the ceiling. Like, here's one right here. I'm going to stand up. Wait, get up. There we go. Let's jump out of here. It's a little feisty, but you can pull it off. Now, I'm thinking about if your ship got boarded by people, you could use some kind of terminal to lock them into certain rooms, and then go underground and use these tunnels to pop up behind them and take them out. So in essence, I really want to be able to pull a Die Hard at some point. Okay, so that's good for this. I'm going to head out of here. And we still have a whole other room to go through. Now the M2. Now what's the difference between the M2 and the C2? Well, first of all, right here, it's got a chin turret. So it's got more guns, essentially. It can't carry as much cargo, but it can carry the exact same amount of vehicles. And it's also got, well, it's got heavy armor as opposed to medium-sized armor. So just due to time restraints, I don't think I'm going to do the full tour. This ship's been out for a while, so chances are you've probably already seen the inside of it anyway. Okay, so we got the Storm, the AA, and the Talk. Now the Storm, I really like the Storm. Like, this is like a stereotypical anime tank. I just love the looks of it. It's also like, it's good as opposed to the Talk, especially if you're just going to be going at it solo, and it has a lot better transport options. The bad side to it is it bounces, like there's a bug right now in the game where you see it's kind of flickering with its textures. But it'll bounce around like crazy when you get out of it. And it was bouncing around so bad that when I parked it in my Polaris, it actually got impounded and I got fined. So it was really weird. It turned purple before my eyes and just disappeared. And I had to check out what happened to it. It was absolutely nuts. And the AA, once again, I really wanted to like the AA, but there's something about the way they built its turrets that really turned me off. Now, it can pitch. You can aim it up and down. You can't turn it so it faces independently of the direction that you're moving in. And operationally, that just... it is so limiting when you're trying to attack something. If they just put that one little change into it, it would change it so much. You know, it would just make it so much more effective. And part of me thinks that they did that on purpose, but man, I really wish they didn't. And of course, last we got the Talk. I absolutely love the Talk. This is one of those. Whoa, that guy apparently does not. Wow. Tell us how you really feel about the talk. All right. Some people have some very strong opinions. Here we go, first person mode. So the thing I like about this so much is the fact that when you're sitting down and you're operating it, if you're just by yourself, you can operate the missiles, you can operate the Slayer cannon, and you can operate the countermeasures all at your fingertips, and you can drive it. And the only thing that you can't do is the turret, which, quite frankly, I really don't miss. You know, in fact, you give me the Slayer cannon and the missiles, I'm a happy guy. So this is the, I almost call it the co-pilot. This is the passenger seat. They can handle the turret, and this is where you can handle the Slayer cannon. This is where you can control it. So it works really good if you're just by yourself. Works even better if you have 2 people. Works great if you have 3 people. The only real downside to it is it's really hard to transport. There's not a lot of options. Okay, I think we're going to move over this way and go on to the last room. Oh, this is absolutely gigantic. All right, let's see what we got here. Hopefully I don't die of a heart attack before I reach it. Oh, here we go. The Aries. I love me the Aries. Now this is the Inferno over here, I believe, and that's the Ion over there. Now the Inferno, so this is a ballistics well, it's a ballistic gun, ballistic repeater, I believe, and it's bespoke, so it's built into the ship. Now, I think this ship is going to end up being so much more of a beast after they come up with the concepts of like supply crates or ammo boxes, I believe was what they called it. And ammo boxes are essentially going to be something that's the equivalent of like a magazine for a gun, but for a ship. And not only would it allow you to switch out ammunition, it'll probably take a little bit of a pause, then allow you to put in another one and then refill its ammunition from within inside the ship, but also allow you to switch between ammo types. So once they start putting those 2 things into the game, this ship is going to be absolutely just an absolute beast. But I also love the concept of it. It's a heavy fighter. It's made for a solo pilot. It's got a giant gun strapped to it. I believe it's got size 3 missiles. Thing is absolutely just shreds. Now here's the Ion. Now the Ion's got like a laser cannon put onto it, so it doesn't need ammunition. And I remember when they initially put it out, it had better like hardware. It had more shields. I think it had another cooler, something along those lines. But now it's got the exact same loadout, components-wise, as the Inferno. Okay, the last ship, the C2. Let's take a look at this guy. Now this is a more dedicated cargo hauling variant. Carries the most cargo, carries the same amount of vehicles as the M2, has less guns, medium armor. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Let's see what this poor guy's trying to do over here. You trying to heal somebody without their consent? That's a no-no around here, buddy. Yeah, we'll just leave them alone. Oh, that's going to be it. I'm going to head my way back to the main area. But that is everything for Crusader and Tumbrl. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing one of these for every day. I hope you come back to watch them all. And I've been your host, Law of the West. Thanks for watching. Oh, no. Whoa, stop that. Oh, I want to show this off really quickly. This is a little mining display that they've done. Don't be too quick with that outro. Then I'll stop and I'll fumble it when I try to do it the second time. These are very interesting. They're worth a look at least. And I believe these are going to be the same for every day, but, you know, I'm probably just going to be running past them after I, you know, day 2, day 3, and day 4. So the bear is giving it a little look for right now. I think I did run right past the one that's about cargo, so maybe I'll look at that one tomorrow. Okay, but that's really it that time. And once again, thank you everybody for tuning in and watching. I've been your host, Law of the West. Have a good day.
Gathering the latest and greatest from manufacturers across the Empire, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is where...